Hi everyone, my name is Wesley Nash and welcome to my podcast, Thoughts of Steel, where I share a thought with you in hopes to give your day a little surge of positivity. Today's thought is about making hard choices. When it comes to committing to a big decision, I sometimes wonder if we become so intensely focused on all of the bad things that may happen that we actually forget the very good reason we want to make that choice in the first place. It's a hard thing making any life changes, especially as often it can result in us being thrown into great uncertainty. But despite fear and doubt making a decision hard, the truth is that the choice itself remains very easy. For you see, when facing any high pressure situation, where a choice needs to be made, if you are totally honest with yourself, if you know what it is that you really want and what it is that you really need, then the choice you have to make will always be very clear. The really hard part will be through committing fully to that decision, even while standing in the aftermath, when we find ourselves faced with direct criticism and open opposition. I would love to give you an example, as I always do, to illustrate my point, but whichever scenario I play out has no clear path to reveal, because choices are always open to debate and made according to individual needs, desires, and personal definition of what is right or wrong. And ultimately, all of these things balance upon each person's own perception of life. To illustrate this point, I can use an example. Imagine you are walking down the street, fretting and stressing out because you just checked your bank account and found yourself to be very, very short on funds, and you do not have enough money to buy all of the groceries that you need for your family, which will mean your children having to go without many things. As you walk, cursing under your breath, you look down and see a lady's purse laying on the floor. Picking it up, you open the flap and find inside £50 or dollars or euros or whatever currency you use, which is more than enough to cover your groceries for the week. However, inside the clear pocket of the flap is a card with a name and address clearly written, a one Gladys Jones of 26 Floral Avenue, which now means you have to make a choice. Do you A, take the money to provide for your own family, potentially denying Gladys Jones of money she may desperately need to feed herself or her own family? Or do you B, return the money to Gladys to make sure she gets what is rightfully hers, but have to let your children go without the things they need to better their lives? So what did you choose? To make it easier, what if I told you that there is no real right or wrong answer to this scenario? Because whatever choice you made it based upon your own perception of the world you live in, which tells you as a person what is right and wrong, what it is that you really want and what it is that you really need. The troubles and the predicaments we are facing in our lives at that exact moment will have made our choice so very easy. The real hard part comes from having to commit to that choice once the individual consequences are felt. Of course, please don't misunderstand me. I'm not by any means saying that taking something from someone else is acceptable on a legal, cultural or societal standpoint. But the truth is that when it comes to the safety and well-being of the people you love and care about, you will always place them as the top priority. So when it comes to making choices, literally anyone can criticize you for the choices you make, but they are usually made by people who have the added benefit of hindsight, who always question your judgment well after the consequences have been fully realized. Had they have found themselves in the same difficult situation you were in, then maybe their actions would have been very different also. So be proud of your good choices, forgive yourself the bad choices, and above all else, when making future choices, Just be totally honest about who you are and what you know to be right. For this way, even though you may not always make the right choices according to the world, you will always make the choices that are right for you and those you care about. Best wishes, everyone. Stay strong in your values and always keep fighting for your better future. It's yours if you want it.